After
Oh
you've
wait.
been doing your summer reading, spring, summer, fall, winter reading.
So I'm on the journey to read 20 books in 2023. I should have said
Good
23
job.
books, but I was like, no, that's a lot. So I'm on book number 8 right now. But the last book that I read was, let me see if I can show it. All right, so can you guys see it? You see it?
There you go.
It's loading. Yeah, I saw you post this. It's a pretty
Okay,
cover.
so this book was so good to me. It's called Take My Hand. I think it's Darlene Perkins Valdez. She also wrote the book Winch. That was my first book I read from her from the Oprah's book club. But Take My Hand, this book was so,
Oprah still got a book club, child.
I think so. I still be seeing stuff with the O on it.
Mm-hmm.
But this book is based on a true story, although the characters are fictional. Obviously, she can't use, the real characters' names. But this
Mm-hmm.
book is about a young lady who becomes a nurse. She went to Alabama State and I'm going to stop sharing real quick. All right. So she became a nurse. Um, and she was working at a clinic which is similar to Planned Parenthood. I believe it was Planned Parenthood, but the book can't say that. So
Mm-hmm.
what they were doing was they were going into the communities and the poorer communities in Alabama, which is typically the black communities, like the
Mm-hmm.
sharecroppers, and they were giving these young girls Depo shots. And it would be girls that didn't even like have their period yet. Like one of the youngest girl that got a Depo shot was 9 years old. So when she started to realize like that she was going to these places, and at first she thought that she was doing it to help the community because they're too poor to
Yeah.
reproduce. We don't want didn't have a lot of teenage pregnancy. And then when she realized that she was giving shots to people that haven't even had their period or weren't even sexually active, she started to like questioning it and stop giving them shots. And then they started to pretty much sterilize these girls. So the youngest girl that got sterilized was 11 years old, and it was like a big scandal. A lawyer took on the case and realized that across the country in the United States, this happened around the time of the Tuskegee experiments. So it's a
Mm.
little bit right after that. But around the country in the United States, they were going around and they were sterilizing young black and brown girls because they didn't want them to reproduce. Obviously,
Mm.
because they didn't want black and brown people's population to be the majority and then white become the minority. So it was a really good book. And then what the thing that like really shocked me the most is the fact that this is still going on. Like in 2020 and the ICE camps, when the Mexicans were being placed in those ICE camps, they were sterilizing the Mexican women.
Jesus.
So like that was a very big like eye opener to me. And apparently this is something that's really known in Alabama, but I don't know if like the rest of the country knows it. But it was just a very good book, a very good read, and it just shows me like historically and systematically how like the race has been like oppressed in so many ways. And like I just feel like people are very evil. And it's just a good book. You guys should read it.